Morning students. In last week we are discussing with inertia and types of inertia. There are three types of inertia. One is inertia of rest, second is inertia of motion, and third is inertia of direction. In the last lecture we are discussing with inertia of rest. So in this lecture we start from inertia of motion. What is inertia of motion? Inertia means inability. So inertia of motion is inability of a body to change its state of uniform motion by itself. Okay, it does not change its state. Okay, known as inertia of motion. It means if a body in motion, it will remain in motion. Okay. For example, when a moving bus suddenly stops. Once again, when a moving bus suddenly stops, passenger of bus falls in forward direction because they are also in motion. And when the bus stops, passenger cannot stop and they fall in forward direction. Okay. Another example is cyclist keep on moving even after he or she stops pedaling. Okay, cyclists keep on moving due to inertia of motion because the cyclist is in motion. Okay, so after he or she stops pedaling, cyclists keep on moving. Okay, now the third type of inertia is inertia of direction. Okay, in the same way, inability of a body so that, now something changed, inability of a body so that it cannot change its direction of motion. Its direction of motion by itself. Means if a body is moving in a particular direction, then it will remain in moving in that direction. Okay, known as inertia of direction. For example, when a car takes a sharp turn, passengers falls outward. Okay, because the car take the sharp turn, but the passengers cannot take the sharp turn, so they falls outward. Okay, another example, while sharpening a knife, sparks fly off tangentially. This is another example of inertia of direction. Okay, now after this, Newton's first law of motion. This chapter is about force and Newton's law of motion. So Newton's first law of motion, it states that if a body is at rest, it will remain in rest. Means if a body is at rest, it will remain in rest. Okay, or a body in uniform motion will remain in uniform motion. Both have the same meaning. It means they do not change their state. Okay, unless some external force acts on the body. If a body is at rest, it will remain in rest. If a body in uniform motion will remain in uniform motion unless some external force acts on the body. This means the body will remain in its own state. Okay, but this is also we discuss in inertia. So this is the definition of inertia. What is the definition of inertia? Inertia tells us if a body is at rest, it will remain in rest. If a body in motion, it will remain in motion. So Newton's first law is also known as law of inertia. Okay. Now mass is the measure of inertia. Inertia is measured by mass. Okay, as you know that SI unit of mass is kg. So SI unit of inertia is kg. Okay, kg means kilogram. Okay, now come to the definition of force. Newton's first law define the force. Okay, a force is something which produce acceleration. A force is something which produce acceleration. It means it changes the state. Okay, now momentum of a body. What is momentum? This is the quantity of motion contained in a body is called momentum. Quantity of motion. So every moving body possesses momentum. Okay. Momentum is also defined as the product of mass and velocity of body. Okay, that is momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Momentum is represented by P, mass by M, velocity by V. So we get the formula P is equal to mv. Okay, as the arrow is represented on P and V, so both are the vector quantities. Thus momentum is a vector quantity. Okay, the direction of momentum is the direction of velocity. Okay, the SI unit of momentum we will get by putting the value of mass in kg and velocity in meter per second. So SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second. Okay, now the Newton second law of motion, it states that according to Newton's second law, the rate of change in momentum, once again, the rate of change in momentum of a body is directly proportional to applied force. It means applied force is directly proportional to change in momentum. Okay, so force directly proportional to change in momentum upon time taken, because there is a rate. Okay, so force is directly proportional to, in place of change in momentum, final momentum minus initial momentum upon time taken. Okay, now final momentum is mv, mass is m and v is final velocity. In the same way, initial momentum mu, mass is m and initial velocity is u upon t. So m is common, then we get f proportional to m, v minus u upon t. But From first equation of motion, A is equal to V minus U upon T. Then we get F proportional to M A. In place of V minus U upon T, we put A. Okay, remove the proportionality, introduce a constant K, then we get F is equal to KMA. Okay, put K is equal to 1. It is for convenience. Okay, so we get the formula F is equal to MA, a famous formula. Okay, the SI unit of force is Newton. This is according to the inventor. Okay, once again SI unit of force is Newton. So 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square by putting the SI unit of mass and acceleration. So we get Newton N, capital N is equal to kg meter per second square. Okay.